2020 Creator of the Year. Who is it, Matt? This is just so irrelevant.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Irrelevant Podcast. JC and Matt, we're going to be straight up with you. It's going to be a funky last episode of the year.
Yeah, I'm really tired.
Yeah. This guy has been tweaking the minute he walked in the door.
I walked in and I stood next to the irrelevant sign in the room here, and I just said to Matt, "This is warm." And I just sat there. I think I just wanted to fall asleep next to the sign.
Yeah.
But I'll try to perk up for this episode because it's going to be a good one. We got a lot of fun things to talk about. And 2020, that's what this episode is about.
It's the end.
It is finally
It's finally, dude, I just feel like for some reason, I feel like as soon as the year ends, it's going to be like, all right, fresh new year, great to go. The truth of the matter is probably not going to be the case at all.
It's just still inside, by the way.
Yeah, it's just a new number on the calendar. That's about it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about all of the things that went wrong this year because you could spend an entire 10 hours doing that. And everyone knows what's going wrong, what the problems are, all the crazy shit that happened. But
yeah, we want to make this more of a positive one.
Yeah.
We're
talking about all the good things that happened this year.
For the most part. We might talk about some other things, but
okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Shit.
I mean, we might go down a rabbit hole. Who knows? We don't want to do it.
We tend to do that. But definitely.
First off and foremost, you want to shout out the sponsor.
Absolutely.
Of the podcast?
Shouts to Elgato. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. They've been with us since the start.
Yep.
And you guys should definitely check out their products. Links in the description below. As you guys know, we use all their stuff for streams and for production stuff. And they're great. I mean, they make really good stuff. So if you want to check them out, by all means, down below. All right. You're tired. Talk me. Why? What's going on? How you doing? How's your week been?
I'm really tired. It's it'll make a little bit more sense as I explain it. But okay, today or this week, let's just say this week, I got to play recently Back 4 Blood. Have you heard of that?
No.
Back 4 Blood is it's the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead 2.
Okay.
And it's made by like
Back
the same.
4 Blood. Okay.
Yeah, Back 4 Blood.
All right.
So I played that recently. So that's something I did recently, and that was a lot of fun. Play with the boys. That was a really, really good time. Had fun doing that. I've also been playing Cyberpunk this whole month in December.
Yeah.
It's just been a whirlwind of a game. Recently, this is definitely...
Is that a euphemism for how it actually is?
The thing is, Cyberpunk is one of those games where, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful underneath, and you just know there's a magic to it, but it definitely came out too early. I think we talked about this last time on the podcast, but...
Would you say it's similar to Transit in some ways?
I didn't think about even making that comparison, but yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah.
I don't know why that came to my head, but it's like, it could have been great, but it wasn't, is what it sounds like.
But the thing is, I think Cyberpunk's way better than Transit, probably. Okay. Like, there's a good game there. It's just buggy. It just really is buggy, and there's a really good game and a really good story there. And recently, the new story this month as well, depending on when this episode comes out, I don't know what will happen with this, but PSN even pulled back like the copies on, like, it's not even on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, they pulled it all together.
It's crazy. Like, it's not even on the PlayStation Store. And I think they're offering like full refunds for anybody who wants to, because on console, it's just really, really hard to play it. But again, I'm playing on PC, so I've had a little bit of a better time. But that's been something that's been happening. But regardless of all that noise, the thing that makes me really, really tired is honestly, as the time of recording this podcast, work has just been really, really busy. It's just been a really, really busy time. And I've, for those of you who probably anybody working a job right now, like it's ramping up towards the end of the holiday season, right? And that's like when major milestones happen. That's when major things have to get accomplished, because it's
end of the year check mark.
End of the year check mark. You got to make sure that everything's good before the next year, right? Or the time you come back, right? And it's just been a really busy week, basically. And I am learning very, very quickly that
this is your life.
This is my life now. Yeah.
I don't think you mentioned this, but you're running on 3 hours of sleep, right?
Yes, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep today. Plus I streamed today.
Oh, how long did you stream for?
3 hours.
Okay. Little side note, for those of you who haven't streamed before, I will be the one to say it. It takes so much energy.
It does.
At least for me.
It really
Maybe
does.
it's not like that for everyone.
It sounds like such a complaining, like, first world problem of like,
no, it's not even that, but it takes a lot of energy. It does. Like it wipes you out. I don't know what it is, but for me, like when I finish a 4 to 6 hour stream, sometimes I got the energy after, but a lot of the times I'm like, wow, I am gassed.
Yeah, I think that's what's doing it to me is I'm doing 2 jobs essentially at once.
Yep.
And I'm like kind of flipping between both. Like, okay, I'm doing this
and you're running
work,
on no sleep.
And then I'm running on no sleep. And also, and again, that's more my fault probably than anything though. Like it's not like you're
not
forced to work
it.
that late or anything.
Yeah.
But it's just, when you have like a really good idea or like, something you're working on or like a video or something as well, it's a lot.
You gotta keep going. No, I feel you.
It's a lot. And like videos for content creation is what I mean too. I have another video coming out this week.
Okay.
All sorts of crazy stuff. I'm doing a lot. I'm tired.
I respect it, man. You put in the work. Ending off 2020 on a strong note. Yeah. I respect that.
But that being said, as we're recording this, I think things are finally like wrapping up for this year for the most part. So again, that's what's been going on with me. What about you? How are things going with you?
Dude, right now, today's been also quite busy, but for a different reason. I don't have any real deadlines, considering I am my own boss entirely.
Yeah.
But we leave we're going to across the country to visit family for the holidays tomorrow. So trying to wrap up all kinds of stuff before we head out of here because there's only so much stuff I can bring. And the whole setup here is like, it's a lot harder to do work from a laptop as opposed to, the setup I have in there with 3 monitors and the whole shebang. So trying to get a lot of stuff done before we go tomorrow. Same kind of thing, grinding pretty much. But the end of this year has been really, really solid. Like I'm excited for next year. I'm excited for how things are going.
Do you feel the same way as I do where 2020 has sucked completely?
Yes.
But
very much suck.
Very suck. Huge suck.
Massive amounts of suck.
Okay. But there's a bit of it where I don't know how to word it exactly, but I've had a lot of bright spots this year, I feel like. I feel like very blessed about it. And I feel like me and you have talked some, and it seems I feel like we might be on the same page there where like I feel surprisingly like I got a lot done this year, even though we were in lockdown, even though we were like, working from home and all this kind of stuff. Like it just seems like such a different feeling year. And it feels like 2 or 3 years have gone by. Like we talked about that before too. It feels like multiple years, but I feel like I've gotten a lot done this year, honestly.
I think that makes sense though, right? Because if you're not going out and doing stuff, what are you doing with your time?
That's true.
You want to do something productive. You don't want to just be sitting around all day doing nothing really. So I think I agree with you. I think I've gotten so much done this year. Not all of it has gone somewhere, and there's a lot of dead ends we ran into, at least me personally, because I have, just a lot of things we're working on. Yeah. But that's good because it's weeding out the things that I know aren't going to work and getting to where we got to go. And definitely been a productive year. So
hell yeah.
But like your point about it being seeming like 2 to 3 years worth of things that happened,
dude,
but it also went so fast. Do you not feel that way? I feel like it went so fast.
I feel like it's gone long. For me, I feel more it taking forever. But when I think about, when we started, we're like, what? This is episode 10 or 11 or 12 on the podcast?
We're like two and a half months into this.
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
I still feel like we're on episode 4.
Same. This feels brand new to me.
Yeah.
But we're in it. We're like,
Yeah, I bet you guys didn't think we'd go this long. I say it every
podcast.
time.
We're still here. We're still relevant, but we're still going.
No, seriously though, like it's crazy. We've done a lot of episodes, and I feel like 2020 is just a testament to. It's just an odd year, man. Like time doesn't make sense. What is time? What is life? But we're still getting some stuff done, and we're doing this podcast somehow, some way.
Persistence.
Even though 3 hours of sleep.
I respect you for being here and putting it in.
Well, it's also you on the same end too, right? Because you're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, but 3 hours of sleep's way different. I slept fine last night.
You have to edit tonight. Don't even.
Yeah, but I like it, dude. I like making this show. I love this show. I love that people ask about it, that people care about it, even if it's not that many. I love it.
I feel like some of the best comments are the ones where people are just going, yo, this is my favorite podcast.
Dude,
this
it's crazy.
and I'm like,
how? We just started. No, I think it's been great. I think all in all, I'm really thrilled with how it's going.
Yeah, I am too. We had a couple episodes that did really, really well too, surprisingly.
Yeah. The drama.
Yeah, the drama one did well. If there's anything we learned in 2020,
drama bangs.
Drama does bang. Drama does well. Talking about controversial things does some wonders.
Speaking of which,
what's that?
Our last episode, one of our last episodes,
yeah, we need to talk
about Belle Delphine. It didn't do that well view wise, but she followed us.
Yeah.
Belle Delphine followed us on Twitter. I'm as shocked as you are hearing this right now. Trust me. But she followed JC and I woke up one morning and I was scrolling through my
it was like 3 days ago.
Yeah. And it said Bunny Delphine followed you. And I was like, nah, there's no way.
There's no way it's the real
Clicked on it and it was her. And I was like, nah, this has got to be like a fake account that's just really, really faking me out here. And sure enough, dude, it's actually her. And then I went to her following and she's also following you. I was like, okay, this cannot be a coincidence. Yeah. She had to have seen the episode. So I was like, you know what? Actually, my girlfriend, Jess, said, yo, shoot your shot. See if you can get her on the show, which was crazy. Props to Jess for saying that.
Jess is amazing.
So I shot my shot. I asked her if she wanted to be in the show. She actually answered. This morning, she answered.
Yeah, I honestly just got to say, the message that you got, like, again, it's kind of like it's a DM, but it's a very nice message, so it's probably okay to talk about.
Yeah.
But it was like the most respectful and like nice response I've ever seen. She could have completely ignored you.
Oh yeah, I thought that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I was still not sold that she actually followed. I thought she like accidentally followed us, or I don't know. I don't even know.
See, I was putting 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, wait, if she followed both me and you,
there's no way.
She had to watch the podcast. How did she find the podcast? First of all, did she search?
I think
I don't know.
It depends, but I think when you search Belle Delphine, I think we made it on the front page.
Maybe. And so she searched that, I'm guessing.
Probably.
And then she watched the podcast. And then not only that, she watched the podcast and went, let me see who these guys are, and went to our Twitters and followed us. Like, what? She went through a lot of hoops just to give us a follow. Like, that's a lot of pages, right?
Yes. So, they're very intentional. There's no way that could have happened by fault when you look at it.
So shout out to Belle. Thank you for watching the episode.
Doubt she'll watch this one. Highly doubt it. But if on the odd chance that she does, shouts to Belle. She did reply. She said no because she's working on content. She's got a big release coming out on Christmas, like we said.
Yeah.
So I don't think the door's closed there. I think we're too irrelevant for it to be worth her time right now. Truthfully speaking, I wouldn't do it if I were her. But who knows?
Hey,
the DMs are open now. As long as she doesn't unfollow us, like you never know. You never know. So that could be kind of cool.
But she said she liked the episode though.
She did. She said she said that she had some great comments about her and that she really enjoyed it. So enough to follow us, I guess. So that's
that, dude.
Crazier
what
things.
What a whirlwind in 2020.
2020, I don't know, man. This year is just, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. You don't know what you're going to get in there. But we're almost done it. So
yeah,
hopefully there's more good things in the last 2 weeks than bad.
But it seems things are maybe looking up for the world. Is the world going better?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about the negative things because there's so many things I can say right now. They're like, yeah, I don't know about that one. But
what we wanted to do on this podcast episode, guys, is we wanted to talk about let's just do our own little 2020 award show kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just for a couple things that we normally talk about, like content creation, games, media,
movies, TV shows,
all that kind of stuff.
Music.
And that was what we wanted to really talk about. There's so many things happening, I'm sure, that are negative because 2020 is negative. But again, we're just going to have some fun with this and actually talk about the bright things. So
absolutely.
You want to just go ahead and get into the list of what we're going to do?
Dude, let's do it. Let's start it off. We're going to start off with, I think, probably the most relevant one.
Okay.
Creator of the Year.
All right. So 2020, Creator of the Year. Who is it, Matt?
See, mine, I wanted to give a unique answer because this person had already got an award for Creator of the Year.
Okay.
But I cannot give it to anyone else other than Mr. Beast.
Okay.
It has to be him.
I knew you were going to say him.
It has to be him because how can it not? Like, this guy is changing the landscape of content creation.
Yeah.
Genuinely. He has changed the game. I saw a video the other day that did like some math. He's making like $100 million a year. The revenue they're bringing in is like $100 million a year.
Absolutely unreal.
On YouTube.
How the hell?
Just on YouTube. That is... that you cannot dispute how unbelievable that is.
That's so crazy.
So I have a runner-up too, but it's in the sports world. Pat McAfee. He's a former ex-NFL player.
I gotcha.
He started a podcast. It's blowing up. He's making amazing content. So for the sports world, if you guys know sports, you'll know Pat McAfee. He's done a great job this year too. But I think Mr. Beast, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Mine wasn't Mr. Beast, but I mean, honestly, Mr. Beast has done the craziest things and has pushed what content creator means forward more than pretty much anybody, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So I think that's a really good answer. I think it's so crazy that Chucky does stuff for Mr. Beast as well.
I want to get Chucky on this show
know.
so bad.
Yeah, like that would be
so many questions for Chucky.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like what is the creative process behind like thumbnails?
If he's down,
and all that
that could
stuff?
be a 2-parter episode because there's just so many questions.
Yeah, that'd be really good. That'd be a really good one.
Yeah. What about you?
Okay,
Creator of the year.
Who I was gonna say is I was thinking in my head because I think of more like streamers and stuff.
Yeah, I think we should include them too.
But yeah, so this is good. Like YouTuber than streamer. I think honestly, this is gonna sound. I don't know if people know who this is, but I think you probably have heard of him. But I think he's the most funny streamer right now to watch, and his content is always just like above and beyond, in my opinion. And his YouTube content is great because it's so interactive with his chat. Ludwig.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
I personally, for me, I would say Ludwig is content creator of the year because he's doing the Among Us stuff like with Valkyrie and all these people. And Valkyrie is awesome too. Valkyrie won the content creator year award on what was it? The Game Awards.
Game Awards?
Yeah, the Game Awards. She won that. But he plays with Valkyrie. He plays with a lot of people, but he also just has so much funny content. Like I remember watching his videos earlier this year, and I was just like, dude, this guy's going to continue to blow up. He just continued to blow up even more. He's like one of the top streamers now, I would say, like who's really like gaining a lot of numbers on Twitch. And the kind of content he does is just so funny. It's like chat is like, I'm going to spend $2,000 on Amazon, chat picks for me. It's like stuff like that, like just going through like different tabs of things that chat picks out for him, or doing some crazy challenge where he's I don't know, he just does crazy stuff like eating, like he'll do like mukbangs and stuff that I think are really entertaining. He just always does content that makes me laugh, honestly. Him and Cutie Cinderella are on fire, I think. I think they're like really cool. And he also put out a Christmas album. He put out a Christmas album, and not only that, it was like good. Like it's low key great. Like he's a great singer.
Really?
It's crazy. Like you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a parody thing, bro. It's like legit. Like you would not think it's a streamer or a content creator doing it.
Dang. Okay.
It's good. It's actually good. Maybe I'm like hyping it up, but
I have to listen. I don't know.
He made a whole Christmas album. That's so
impressive.
nice.
That's
so
impressive.
Cute. But yeah, so he's my favorite person I've watched this year, honestly. And honestly, he's inspired a lot of my content too on stream. I think he's like really good with interacting with chat. Like he's done videos, like just videos that you wouldn't even think about too much. Like, oh, let's just do an entire stream where he puts out a Google form, and anybody who's been banned can request an unban and say why they think they were banned and what they did wrong and like if they're sorry. And he did an entire stream before just going through these forums, and he's like, let's see. And he goes back and like checks the chat messages, and it's like either false or true. And then the chat votes to unban or not. It's just like, it's funny stuff like that.
That's
where
savage.
you're like, how are you making content out of this?
It's like purgatory. Live on camera.
Yeah. Like some guy will say something stupid at like, or in the forum will just be like, oh, I don't know what I said. Can you please unban me? It's like, and chat's just like, nah, he's banned.
Nah, he's not getting back in. Not good enough.
Yep, it's happening. You're gone.
Dang, dude.
But making content like that, that's fun to watch, even though it's practically nothing content, is so wild to me. So I love that.
That's creative though, dude. Coming up with those ideas is creative. That to me, that's a good candidate for creator of the year because that's changing the game.
It's
you're impacting the scene in a different way that no one ever has before.
It's just his interactivity with chat was really like the big thing for me. But yeah, that was mine.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's going to lead us right into the next thing, which we kind of touched on already. Game of the year.
Game of the year.
This is, I mean, I think a lot of people up until previously would have said Cyberpunk will be the game of the year.
Damn.
But nope.
What a whirlwind of a year again.
Not anymore. Doesn't seem that way.
Cyberpunk might not even be game of the year next year. Because a lot of people, like, it wasn't actually even in the Game Awards event. They weren't even considering Cyberpunk part of this year. They were saying it's for 2021. For next year. Yeah. So I don't know if it will be. I
don't think it's going to matter what year it is.
Yeah. I don't know. Unless they really, really update it a ton and fix a lot of the problems, but we'll see. But do you have a game of the year? Let's start with you.
I do.
What is it?
You go through a lot of these games that, they were there, and where did they go? I don't know. Like Fall Guys could have easily been game of the year, but I do not know where that went. Fell off real quick. To me, it's plain and clear. It's got to be Among Us. Yeah. It's got to be. I mean, that game has been around for a while.
It's been around since when? Was it September?
Like a year or two?
Well, I mean the like when the hype started.
Oh, not for long.
It came out in 2018.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, right?
But it really came out this year, like, dude, in terms of like the popularity.
It's one of those games that just like takes some time to get figured out, but once people realize how good it is, to me, that game it encompasses what I love about gaming. The interactivity between friends. Yeah. Like playing with friends and really having a good time with friends. That's that whole game. It's the same game every time, but it's different every time because you have friends that are different every day and different friends. To me, that's like the best the game can get. Is because that's the thing what I care about most.
The friends make the game, really.
Exactly. Like they make the game good or bad, and to me that's awesome. So to me, game of the year's
it's brought a lot of content creators together too.
Yes,
like we were talking about on one of the episodes before. Like
we're not gonna go here.
The collabing's crazy, right?
Freaking it pisses me off. Don't even.
We need to do it more. We need to do it more.
I love playing this game that I never get to play.
Yeah, so that's the game of the year for you.
To me, it is. 100%.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Well,
Casey's like, that's nothing. Let me show you what game of the year really is.
So I think Among Us, like gaming culture wise, is definitely like the shakeup. Like that's the thing that everybody remembers the most of what most people are playing casually. Mm-hmm. But for me, I'm gonna be the person who does the more like the more artistic and
you should be because you have more experience there.
Yeah, it's like I like the story stuff, right? But I think my game of the year is definitely Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
Remake, because
I would have said Spider-Man, but okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
I don't think Spider-Man's up there, but it's not my top. Like Miles Morales is good, but it's not like I don't think it's game of the year. I think it's just a good, solid game.
Fair. So Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII Remake that came out in April or March, somewhere in there. What an amazing time for that game, and what a terrible time in 2020. Like around that time is when we went, when
things went bad.
Yeah, things went bad. But that game, man, game
was a positive light.
It was really a positive light this year. What's really interesting too is a lot of people might be watching this podcast. They might be fans of the original Final Fantasy VII, which came out in like the 90s, I think.
Oh,
right?
wow, that long ago.
So this remake is like, it's just such a big deal. It's just bringing back these classic characters like Cloud, like Aerith, and I never even played the original, but I knew how big of a deal it was, and I was like, I got to check this out. I need to know why these characters are so loved. Yeah, like, why is Cloud in Smash? I want to know.
You always play either one of those two. Yeah,
yeah. It's like I want to know. I want to know why. Why is this game so iconic? Like, what is it?
Yeah,
and the way they did it was so good, and it's the first Final Fantasy I ever played, and it's my favorite game in probably the last 2 years, honestly.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's just amazing. It's a good like 30 to 40 hours, and the story's good. The acting's great. It's just really, really well done. And you can tell they put a lot of like heart into it. And not only that, it just sets the stage up for like a lot of really cool sequels to it. It's not the entire remake of the original game. It's so funny, Matt. It's like the original game was so, because that game is so old, it had more story to it because like the content in between was like not like how we have games now, right?
Right.
I mean, it's nothing like how that game was back in the 90s. But it basically the entirety of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is like 40 hours long, 30 to 40 hours in there, is like probably only part 1 of 3 of the original story of the original game.
Oh my gosh.
That's how much they filled it out with so much more content.
Wow.
Which is crazy. So it's kind of like not over, and it has me really excited for like what they do with it to really complete it to the original. But it was great. There's so many memes that happened this year with like on my channel with like Aerith and stuff. Did the Halloween cosplay. Cloud and Aerith. That was really awesome.
That makes sense though. Now that you say that,
I think that was the game. And if not that game, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another game that really like hit home for me this year, but I think Final Fantasy VII takes the cake for me. Or the other game, Hades, though. For Switch, Hades, dude. Best Switch game, definitely Hades. But best overall game this year, Final Fantasy VII. That's me.
Okay.
I love it.
Pretty solid. If you guys have anything different than those 2 games, definitely leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
All right, next up in our awards, we got Most Influential Person of the Year.
This is going to be hard for me.
This one's tough because this spans everything. This can be, they impact society, culture, anything. This is kind of like Time's Person of the Year almost, I would say. Which is really
so funny then.
Is yours like...
You go first.
Nah, I want to hear yours first now.
I was going to say, your girlfriend, Jess.
Oh, for me?
No, I was going to say, no, for me.
Wait, what? Oh, because of Emmy.
Yeah. I was going to say.
That's actually not a bad answer, although that's
only about
funny.
me.
It's funny. For you, it's the most influential. I guess you could, I could see that argument.
Okay, before you guys think really like strange things of why I said that. Okay, basically, when I moved here, I was very, very like out of my zone. Still am, because it's still not opened up really. But I was very much out of my zone of living in LA. But and I just had no motivation at all to even like try to meet people. It was very hard to like have that motivation. But when I was over here one weekend, Jess, Matt's girlfriend, was like, "Hey JC, have you just try a dating app? Just try it. Like more people are doing it, and also it's like, you know, the world's crazy. Just do it. Like what's it gonna hurt?" I'm like, I don't know. I guess maybe I should. And then I did it. And like the past 4 months with Emmy have been amazing. And like I genuinely don't think I wouldn't have met Emmy if it wasn't for your girlfriend like
saying to do that.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Jess.
Timing worked out there.
Isn't that weird though?
It's crazy.
Like
it's crazy how that shit works.
Because like I probably wouldn't have been that motivated because I was just so busy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Like maybe I'll do it because you say it. Like maybe I'll just check it out.
It has changed a lot. And then we've all 4 of us become pretty good friends. We've done a lot of stuff together. So I mean, I'm thrilled about it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Props to Jess.
Jess is great. Jess the
Influential
matchmaker.
Person of the Year, I guess, for us.
Person of the Year.
She's going to love that. Love getting that cred. That just makes my answer seem weird now because it's like, oh, well, she like actually made a reasonable impact on our lives.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, for both of us too.
Now you can give another answer if you want to.
I don't know if I have another one.
I'll go while you think of something
if
you want.
It's hard for me to pick one of like actual
it's
like
tough.
worldly.
It's tough. You know? So I think the Times Person of the Year, which is like, every year they have like that magazine cover.
Yeah.
I think it was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Which is, I didn't know they did 2 people. I thought it was just a 1-person thing. But anyway, my answer I feel like is probably easily guessed. To me, it's got to be Elon Musk. He is the 2nd richest man in the world now.
Surprise.
He's not the most influential because he's got the most money. I just think what he's doing with Tesla is really coming to the forefront in the mainstream this year, especially. They're the most, they're the most valuable car company in the world. I think they're more value. Their market cap's more than every other car company in the world. I believe. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. That's all. Whatever. At the end of the day, I think the impact that company is going to make on the world is a huge deal, environmentally anyway.
Also with SpaceX and stuff.
Space, yeah, they're doing crazy stuff with SpaceX. They had a bunch of successful rocket launches this year. I just think, in general, that man is changing big picture things for the U.S. and for humankind in some ways, or setting up ways.
It'll be very interesting to see like what Tesla is going to do, or what. Sorry, just basically what like all these companies that he owns are going to do in the next couple of years. Yeah, like how is this? I don't know. Like, are we going to have...
That's just SpaceX and Tesla. We haven't talked about... You ever Neuralink?
Yeah, that's a huge thing too.
That shit's crazy.
That's crazy. That's like the cyberpunk stuff, right? Like that is... Yeah. Like, oh, we're going to be able to communicate with our brains to each other.
He's... With a little chip. That's what I'm saying. I think that's why he's deserving of most influential. Now he's influential with money now too, but he's like just changing huge parts of human nature.
How do you... This might be a long tangent, but like, how do you feel about...
Oh no, I'll keep it short.
Well, it's like, okay, no matter what you like people feel about Elon, the Neuralink stuff is insane. Like it's crazy, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you feel about the concept of putting something in your head? I don't know where it goes. I haven't done a ton of research on it.
The top of your skull.
So it's like it's in the top.
I think, it's very small.
And how do you feel about doing, like, would you do it? And
not anytime soon. No.
Would you wait for like a bunch of people to do it first?
Yeah, I'd be one of the, the bell curve.
Yeah,
like the curve of like when first people do it, like mainstream hits it, and then late adopters. You'd be a late adopter? No. I've never not with tech. No way. Yeah, I'm usually on the probably like halfway up the front end of the curve.
Okay,
before mainstream hits it, but after it's it's been around for at least a little bit.
Dude, that's so interesting because cyberpunk is like all about this kind of stuff.
Really? Because I didn't play, so I have no idea. But yeah, I still think this is a bit of a ways away. Like,
yeah, I mean, definitely.
Maybe in our lifetime, but probably not for another 10 years. I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah,
personally.
But I'm just so curious, like, who would be willing to do that? Because I don't know if I'd be willing to do that, like right off the get-go.
That people are going to get it first, or what it's intended for, like disabled, people that have brain functionality issues.
That's the stuff that really changes the world.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like there are so many uses for it. I don't want to get into it because it would take a while. Maybe we could do it another time, but like,
dude, we could do a whole podcast about Neuralink.
We could do a whole podcast about like the singularity, like just the future in general. Like what is happening to the world? Where is it going? I think that'd be a cool episode. But yeah, like he's got to be most influential for that reason.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer, I would say.
Yeah.
Dang.
Want to go to the next one?
Yeah, I don't really have one.
You don't really have one other than Jess?
I mean...
leave it. She'll love that.
Yeah,
she'll be a fan of that. All right, next we got Song or Artist of the Year.
Oh, God.
Now, JC, he doesn't listen to Spotify enough to have a Spotify Wrapped.
I listen to my music on YouTube.com.
I respect it. A lot of people listening to this, especially people listening to the audio version, use Spotify. And so most of them will probably have like a Wrapped is what they call it.
I don't have the Wrapped thing.
It gives you like your most popular artists and your top 5 songs and how many minutes you listen, the whole shebang. It's cool. I was shocked at what mine was.
What was it?
Justin Bieber. Wait, what? I know. I am as shocked as you are. I think it's because...
You've been to a concert though, haven't you?
I did take Jess to a Justin Bieber concert like I remember that. 4 or 5 years ago. It was good. I mean, I think his music's even better now. I like it more. Apparently, I like it more than anyone else, which I am shocked. But I think it's because I listen to so many different things.
Yeah.
There's not like one artist that I like just listen to all day, every day. There are very few of those. I would have said NF would have been mine, probably. But I think that was more in 2019 because that's when his last album came out. And I listened to that like crazy. So I would say, I guess it's Justin Bieber. I think I have to stick with what the numbers say. And
that's so
Bieber.
Awesome.
I mean, there's like 3 songs from that album that I listen to. That's it. And I guess I listen to them a lot because the numbers don't lie.
That's true.
So Biebs, what about you?
Do I just say Future Funk and that's my
Future Funk? Dude, I listen to Future Funk every stream.
It's so good.
It is the best for streaming. It's perfect. It's
I don't think it gets copyright typically either.
No, I don't think it does either. We could even talk about that. That's a whole other can of worms coming over, dude. How do you feel about that?
What, the recent stuff?
Yeah, the DMCA stuff and the the banned words.
They've clarified the word stuff a little bit.
Okay.
You won't actually get banned for saying the word simp.
Okay.
You will if you like repeatedly harass somebody. That's what they said. Like
Okay.
if you harass somebody a bunch and you're like simp,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess. But it's all very weird to me. I don't know what's happening. But
Yeah.
DMCA wise, that's like the major thing that spooks me a lot. There's a guy in the government right now. I forgot his name. It's like Tom something. Not a good guy, to be honest, because he's proposing a bill that is wanting it's something along the lines of like maybe it's more in depth and maybe this could just be a freak out clickbait headline, but I saw a lot of people talking about this recently. He's like proposing a bill to make it a felony to play music.
Yeah, I'm pretty
on
sure
a
that's
stream.
right.
It's like, dude, oh my God, how do you not understand? Like, people aren't going to streams to like listen to music. They're going to streams to listen to a creator play a game and talk about their stuff and just chill and vibe with them. It's like, I don't understand. I don't get the difference of like, what if I'm playing music on my phone in real life as I'm doing something like, and someone else hears it? Why is that different from me?
You know what they need to do? And I just thought of this literally in the spot. The easiest solution, because you have to understand, because this is the great conversation I want to have a guest on. One of my buddies is a manager of a bunch of artists out here in LA.
Yeah.
And he is on the side. I would say he's probably even for that, which is crazy because this guy is like, he's our age. He gets the whole, he gets it. He understands how it is, but he's like, yo, artists get screwed as far as revenue when people are just basically streaming all this stuff for free. And I was like, yeah, but do you know how much publicity they get from that? Like how much exposure? My question, why doesn't Twitch made a widget that just shows the song that you can click on and go immediately to the artist when they're playing that song?
That should be the,
because then you're literally free, it's like free promotion for the artist, and there should be a program, like it should be like a whitelist type feature where they have on YouTube where you can say, I want to opt into this program that'll show what my song is when they're playing it, and they can use it on Twitch, or I opt out and say, no, you can't use my music.
Yeah.
And then it's literally like, you know,
even if there was
like
a payment of like to be whitelisted or whatever,
like an easy licensing program.
Yeah. Any sort of thing like that would be.
Someone make it. I should reach out to him and be like, yo, this is it. Like this would be, someone's got to be thinking about this.
The thing is, here's the thing. The DMCA bit of like, okay, your VOD gets muted. Fine. That is or your VOD gets demonetized or whatever. Like on YouTube, you just get demonetized.
Yeah.
You don't get striked because...
Well, usually they just take... They make the money off of it instead of you. Okay, fine. That's fine with me.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
On something where... I don't know. Like, I have some things against that when it's like only a little bit of the video and not the whole thing. But at a base level, that's way better than getting your channel taken down completely because you played or because you heard in Spider-Man.
Or going to jail.
Yeah, or going to jail, right?
I just can't see that happening. That's just absurd.
Well, yeah, it's like I was playing Spider-Man, like Miles Morales, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of really good songs in that game. And it's like the most depressing thing on earth when a cutscene is happening in the game and I have to go on my audio. I'm like, sorry, guys.
We have to mute the audio. Can't experience this at all because for fear of losing my income
or I played a little bit,
my livelihood.
Yeah, or I played a little bit and I'm like, I'm taking a risk, guys. I'm taking a risk, and hopefully I don't get terminated off Twitch for playing the game how it was made. Like that's so stupid to me.
Yeah,
and the fact that they're like Cyberpunk. Good thing about Cyberpunk, they have like a music switcher. You can switch it to like non-copyrighted music in the menu, but they shouldn't even have to do that. In my opinion, I don't understand how they can't. Like Shazam, you can hum a song to your phone.
Yeah, it's a feature. You can hum it, and it can usually pick up what song you're humming. That's how advanced technology is.
Yeah.
How has no one figured out this problem? They know what the song is. Why don't you make a database platform, whatever it is, widget, whatever you want to make it, whoever it is, Twitch or third party or whatever, that you can just be like, yo, I'm opting into this. They can use my music, or the music that they do use, the revenue goes to the artist, like whatever it is. This shouldn't be hard to do. Why has no one done it? It's a huge problem.
I don't know.
Wake up. Someone do it.
Yo, remember when we were like, yo, we're going to be talking about the happy things.
Okay, yeah, true. Yeah. Yo, you know what? Good things are happening, man. Life is going on. Let's move on to the next. Hey, what is your artist of the year? Who's your artist of the year? I don't even know who it is.
I said Future Funk.
Future Funk. Future Funk is your artist of the year.
You know what?
KDA.
Oh my gosh.
This guy just nutted himself.
I was going to say, I was going to throw it out to either Jack Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
Or Josh A.
Okay.
Because Josh A also released some bangers this year too. But honestly, KDA was
KDA.
That, like, if there's anything I listened to the most this year,
dude, you showed me so many KDA videos.
Dude, it's
you
so
can't
good.
even lie about
They're
it.
not even real.
I know. That's when I know like you like them that much because they have a fake Twitter account for it. Like you can't.
They have a fake Twitter.
My man's invested.
Macaulay was on Genius. I showed you that video.
Yeah, you showed me the Genius video. That's
crazy.
That shit's crazy.
They put Macaulay on Genius talking about her lyrics.
If you don't know who that is, it's literally like an animated character that they made seem like they made a Twitter. Character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're acting like it's a real person. It's wild. 2020, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, KDA.
Nowhere else. All right, next up, movie or show of the year.
Easy.
You want to go first?
Easy.
Lost.
No, I'm not gonna say this is. I want to see the one time I didn't mention Lost, and you mentioned Lost.
I ruined it for you.
Okay, favorite. This is about movies and shows that came out this year.
I know.
Lost in.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Lost into 10 years.
Just making sure.
Okay, favorite movie. All right. I don't know if I have TV, but it's favorite movie. This year sucked. But you know what was a bright spot and what was a very good family movie?
Yeah.
The Sonic movie. I stand by it. I stand by it.
No.
Jim Carrey is a bright spot on this world.
I love Jim Carrey. Favorite actor, without question.
Okay, then
I have to watch it. You know what? I owe you that. I got a flight tomorrow. I'm downloading. Is it on Netflix? Probably not. Doubtful.
I don't know.
Doubt it.
It probably is on something.
I'll try to find it. I'm going to find it and download it. I'm going to watch it for you, JC. It's your movie of the year. I think that's,
dude,
wildly biased, but it's your opinion. So
it's also the last movie that was in a theater that I saw.
I was going to say, I'm trying to think of movies that came out this year, and I can't think of any, probably because I have not gone to a movie theater this year.
Yeah.
Entire year.
That being said, I will say this. So I love that movie for a lot of different reasons as well, because it's like my childhood, but it actually is just like a pretty good family movie. And I just feel like there's so many things that come out. They're just like gruesome and dark. And it's like this one movie that's just kind of like, yeah, this hedgehog shows up in the real world.
This hedgehog shows up.
Yeah. And like, this is happening, I guess. And Jim Carrey's funny. Like, that's just like the movie, right?
Hey, man.
But what I've heard are really, so one other thing, I want to see Tenet. Haven't seen it, but I really want to see it. You know what that is, right? Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I need to see that movie badly, but again, I didn't have a theater to go see it in, so I don't know how to watch it.
Excuses.
What am I supposed to do? Drive somewhere?
Dude, I don't know. Just like look it up, I guess.
I don't know. But the other movie that I actually will see it this month. Before this, I mean, probably by the time this episode comes out, I would have already seen it. But Wonder Woman.
It sounds like you've only seen Sonic this year.
Dude, honestly, like in terms of new movies, yes.
Movie of the year. The only one that I've seen, Sonic.
Yes. I mean, honestly, like what else has come out? Like everything's...
You've watched new movies this year that haven't been in the theater? Gotta, right? No? I mean, I actually haven't watched that many either.
I've watched like...
Did Joker come out this year? I don't know. Time is like not normal in my head.
If it did, that's wild.
Nah, I think it was last year. I think it was late last. Actually,
I don't know.
I gotta look this up.
I actually don't know.
Joker release date.
It was recently though. It was like, it's definitely not 2 years old. Oh my God. If it came out
late last year, October last year.
Okay. That's fine. We're not losing our minds.
I'm going to go best movies 2020 because I can't even think of a movie. I can't even
Sonic
think of one
movie.
No.
Also, Wonder Woman is actually like got some really good reviews right now. Like I'm really excited.
Dude, what are these movies? I haven't heard of any. Fat Man? What the hell's Fat Man?
I don't know.
Rent a Pal. Dude, I literally haven't heard of any of these. I feel like movies this year just didn't.
And we also didn't have Marvel this year.
Maybe it may. You know what I'm thinking, dude? I'm thinking that advertisements for movies really work. Because I literally just scrolled through all the best movies of 2020 and I didn't know a single name on there other than Tenet, which you mentioned.
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
So probably Tenet, like in terms of like actually like
that's crazy.
Story, probably Tenet will probably end up being the best movie this year. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't even have a movie. I literally just put a TV show because I've been watching a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And
I've been watching shows though, like we talked about, that aren't really new this year, but just kind of watching.
Just Lost.
No.
Okay. My favorite show this year.
Well, actually, I do have a favorite show this year.
Okay, good.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was Lil Dicky's show, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
His real name's Dave Bird. Show's called Dave. If you haven't seen it, please do yourself a favor. Watch it. It's funny. It's well done. I think there's some stuff coming out now about like they're gonna get some awards for that show.
Hell yeah.
There's gonna be awards given, and some of those guys have never acted in their lives, and they were phenomenal.
So how it is.
I mean, yeah, and they're already shooting season 2. They already got renewed.
Wow.
They were like number 1 on Netflix.
Wow.
They broke ridiculous records. For that show to break records is crazy because it's like he's still like relatively not that big. I would say he's pretty small still in the grand scheme.
Yeah.
But I love that guy for a long time. Lil Dicky, I'm a huge fan. And his show was actually really, really good.
You know,
thrilled.
Like, is it comedy?
Yeah, I would say. Well,
I feel like did we talk about this on the TV episode?
No, we didn't talk about Dave at all. It's I'm pretty sure it's a comedy. I don't know that it's necessarily like super funny. Mm-hmm. I actually cried during 2 of the episodes. Yeah, like it's just real. It's like a really, I don't know how to, it's just worth watching. It's short. It's not long. There's like 10 episodes maybe. They're like 30 minutes each maybe. It's you can watch it all in a couple hours.
Dang.
But it's good. Really good.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing that I've done. Speaking of shows that I've like started.
Yeah.
I started Attack on Titan finally.
Anime?
Yeah.
What about we're talking about 2020. Attack on Titan's got to be old.
No, dude. The new season just came out.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's
like it's actually like relevant right now. Like people.
Oh, well, you're not allowed to talk about that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but people were telling me like, okay, you got to watch it. The new season starting and all that kind of stuff.
So you just watched the new season?
No.
Oh, you watched from the start.
I'm watching from the start.
That doesn't count.
Well, I'm just trying to explain.
Bro, it has to be a 2020 released.
Then Sonic. Sonic is the answer.
God, can you guys give me some flack for JC in the chat? I mean, what? Can you name one show you've seen that's come out in 2020?
Queen's Gambit. Or Queen Gambit. Is it Queen Gambit or Queen's Gambit?
I don't know.
That's a good show.
That's your show of the year?
Dude, it's really good.
We're giving out awards here, JC. And you're just thinking about shows you've seen this
No, that came out
decade.
This year. It's like the newest Netflix show.
Okay.
It's like literally like
Queen. Okay.
It came up on Google, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Google Trends.
2020. Okay. Wow. Oh my God. It's really highly rated.
Yeah.
99 on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Your show
let's move
awards?
on to the next topic. It's over. We did it.
You don't even like Queen's Gambit, do you? You're just like... You haven't even seen it? You said...
I just heard it's good.
Oh, you mother...
It probably wins the award.
Oh my... This guy's pulling shit out of every left field,
Somebody
dude.
can tell us. It's probably...
Okay. You don't even... We're done. Our awards are over.
That is like the most highly rated show I've heard about this year, though. Oh, Mandalorian. That's the show everybody's watching.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm saving season 2 to watch all at once.
Okay. There we go. That's all of them.
Have you seen it though?
No.
This guy, bro. I don't even want to hear from you. We're coming with our awards of the year, and this guy pulls out shit he hasn't even seen. Yeah, I heard the show is great, but I don't know.
Dude,
okay,
that really shows how freaking busy I've been.
Dude,
man.
fair.
I haven't watched
That's
a
a fair point. You've been productive. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Let's change it up a little bit. Let's talk about you can actually talk about this because you've had these things happen.
Okay.
what are the best things that happened to us this year?
Whew.
What you know, like we said, this year has been rough from start to finish. It's been just all everything. But there's been a lot of great things that happened this year to us as well. And we said that earlier on.
Yeah.
I would say, what are the top 3 best things, the shining lights of 2020 for you?
For me, you start with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously M's really important to me, but I don't want to like simp hard on the podcast.
Banned from Twitch immediately.
Dude, we're just I would say M's there, if not like on another level, because she makes me really, really happy.
Oh, that was adorable.
I know. She's great. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Some things just,
Oh, I thought that was all of your things.
No, that's it. No.
Okay.
The other things. Okay. I honestly think for me, I'm really, really stoked that it's like, like moving here, as much as it was like a hardship, I'm really, really happy it happened. Because of like that one kind of includes M in there too. It's like I met M, like we got to do this podcast. I feel like that like moving here like led to a lot of like really awesome opportunities, and just like I went to the observatory like recently, just and looked out at the city, and I'm like, holy crap, I live in LA. Like this is real. Yeah. And that alone was like a really bright spot. Like as much as I hate the rent, and as much as I hate how expensive it is to live here and eat here and everything, it's like a bright spot in the sense of like, oh damn, I did it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, like at the end of the day, I'm really, really proud of the fact that I, coming out of college, was able to move somewhere on my own, no roommate, just like I am paying the rent on my own, and I'm living in LA, and I'm doing it. And I was a shy little nerd in high school who would be absolutely terrified of even the thought of something like that back when I was younger, of like going out my own like that. But doing that, I'm really proud of that. So that's one thing.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's great.
Man. Do you want to like flip back and forth? Do you want to do like one?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Mine's similar though. Jess moved out here, and
let's go.
You might be like, oh, okay, cool, but that has been a long time coming for us. We've been long distance for literally 7 years. Yeah. Even in college, 4-hour distance. Even when we lived, the rare times I was home for the summer in New Jersey, it was like a 30-minute drive, which is not a lot, but that was only for maybe 2-3 months at a time ever. Most of the time I was either in LA or in Syracuse, and that's 4 hours or a 6-hour flight. So we've been truly long distance for a long time, and now she finally lives with me. So to me, it had to happen. It finally happened, and it's been fantastic. So
really, like, just not being like really like,
no,
oh wow, like
I'm not. But to be honest with you, can be completely honest, I was quite nervous about it. I was quite worried about it being too abrupt from 3,000 miles to 3 feet apart
and then
at all
also
times.
In kind of quarantine, right? Like
that's it. Well, I mean,
it's a real thing. Like,
I didn't really think that was good. I didn't really predict that to happen until it was a thing. But I guess that's true. The quarantine hasn't really made a difference to me. I just think living in the same house as opposed to living 3,000 miles apart is like polar opposites. Yeah. I would have preferred her move here, get her own place, so we live near each other, and then we move in and get together eventually. In hindsight, totally didn't matter. Yeah. Love having her here. It's been great. This is gonna work. This is the future for us. So this is awesome. I'm like really thrilled about it.
I love the confidence. This is gonna work.
It is.
I love it.
It
makes me happy.
We lived together since July. It's been, I'd say, almost 6 months, and it's been genuinely fantastic.
Dang.
Like I think we've had maybe one fight, and it was 10 minutes tops. Believe me, that is a hard thing to do when you're in a relationship. It is very hard to, when you're together on top of each other all the time and not get like frustrated with each other. That's a big deal. So shouts to Jess.
Wow.
It's been great. I'm so
Jess
thrilled.
is just getting to love this
She's
podcast.
getting to love this podcast, and she deserves it, man.
That's awesome.
I'm thrilled. So that, to me, like similar to M, but That was definitely a highlight of the year.
Yeah.
One of them.
That's so cute.
I'm gonna throw it back to you before I get too much more.
We just both simped.
Dude, major simp.
Major ban.
This is supposed to be, a good episode. Like what happened well this year, and this is one of those things.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, I again, like kind of with all that stuff, like I was in a pretty bad spot like a year ago relationship wise, even earlier on this year too. Like there's a lot of people don't know, like even though like a year ago I was in a like relationship publicly and stuff that people knew about, like even between there though, I tried to like date somebody new and really try my go at things again, and it's just been hard, man. Like it was so hard, and then for some reason moving here and just finding the like, I'm pretty damn confident in our relationship, and it's so early on, but like it's just really wild that I was able to find somebody like that soon, like, and just out of it was like first person I matched with.
Really? That's crazy.
First person I matched with, we met 2 or 3 days after we matched because we just wanted to see each other. And it was like pure, like there was nothing like, oh, we matched and we're going to like just go see each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, no, like we still like took our time, and like, it took like a couple of days before we held hands, but it was just like the most pure thing. It was like, I met this girl, we talked, and we just sat down and had a huge conversation for like hours and realized that we're both looking for somebody like each other. Mm-hmm. And the rest is kind of history. So like, that's one of the big ones for me, like with everything, but we kind of already talked about that. I don't know why I'm still talking about it.
You're double simping this right now.
Double simping.
Back to back.
But it's important. Like
it is.
I don't know.
It is.
Like I genuinely, in some weird way, like it sounds wild, but I think I might have gone a little bit insane this year if I didn't have like
I could see that.
Just like a couple like days just to go like hang out with her and stuff. Like just so much going on that it's just a really good it really like for me, like relationships have always been like really good for like my mental health. It sounds so like, oh, you're dependent on the relationship.
I agree with that.
But it's something about like, especially when you're your own boss with like content creation, like just having somebody pull you and go, hey, no, please put your time on like on me. Like, you know what I mean? Like not like in a mean way or in a way that's like abusive or anything.
No.
It's just like you need
take a break.
You know, you have some obligations somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that helps you make like a better schedule, helps you be a little bit more organized, and it just helps you take a break from all the stuff that you're constantly diving into as a creator.
Absolutely.
So this year's been great for that. The other thing, this year's been great, honestly, for like, in terms of like positive moments. Like I feel really blessed this year a lot. I feel like this is, compared to last year, for me, it's been way better.
That's awesome.
But the other thing too is and again, we haven't talked about it too much. We will talk about it at some point. There will be an episode of this podcast where I finally talk about what the hell my job is. But honestly, the job, I feel extremely blessed. And a year ago, I was super lost in what I wanted to do. I didn't know. Literally in 2019, like around October, somewhere in that area last year, I thought I was going to quit all my channels. I thought I was going to just not do like anything that I'm doing now. Like I just didn't expect that. And I sort of pushed through, found my way to something awesome. And I'm really, really excited about like what that is and just the stability of having a job that isn't reliant on views is very, very nice.
Yes.
For once, because I've never had that feeling before, and I'm kind of liking it. I think we talked about the other podcast. Like I am kind of like on my way out a little bit in terms of like not thinking about it in the viewership way, but more thinking about it of like, oh, I just want to do this for fun kind of thing, for like content. But yeah, I think that was like one of my blessings this year. It was really stressful because like moving out here and everything.
Right.
But that whole thing really got me out of my comfort zone, but in a good way. And I think I've learned a lot already this year that like, I feel like I've grown up a lot.
Like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Moving out here and doing this kind of stuff forces that.
Yeah. Cause like being your own boss, like you grow up a lot in different ways, but being on, being a part of a team that's working on a project together and just the collaborative work there, it's just way different. Like it's just a very different feeling. Yep. And I genuinely cannot wait for when that evolves to like actually being in an office. Because really, if COVID wasn't happening, I'd be actually in an office every day.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that, honestly, because I think that's like the one thing that feels like it still feels samey, like I'm at my computer, but I cannot wait to have that feeling of like, okay, like here's the team, right? Like, and
yeah,
we're making something cool. So
definitely, dude.
Yeah, that was a long spiel, but those are the things I'm blessed about. Like I genuinely like, I don't mean to bring that up in a way of like, here's a huge flex about a job, but like I just know that like a lot of people weren't lucky this year at all job wise. Like people lost their jobs like crazy. And so I just feel super fortunate that somehow I was able to pull off one that I really, really was looking for a long time. And it's like what Lex says, right? It's like the California dream.
California dream.
What do you say about my California dream? Like that's like it happened. And so I feel really happy about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's all of mine.
Dude. You've had a good year. You've had a good year through the turbulence of this year. I think you've had a really good year in both personal and professional manners. So congrats on that.
You're hyping me up, man.
Dude, you gotta tell it like it is, man. You gotta tell it like it is. So you gotta look at the positives in life, and I think you've been doing that. And props to you.
I appreciate that a ton.
I think we kind of already touched on this, but you moving here to me. And this podcast, believe it or not, even though it's only been 2.5 months, it is one of them.
Dude, you're gonna make me cry.
You do not understand how much I like to sit here and talk about stuff. Just like we're doing right now. It's kind of like breaking the fourth wall a little bit. This is a really something that I've really wanted to do for a while, because I cannot find this outlet to talk about these deeper subjects and at length.
We're still only scratching the surface.
Oh, we are.
Like we could have an entire episode, like we said, talking about what is society going to be like in 20 years or something. Yeah. And just have like some deep discussion about it.
Really deep stuff. Yeah. I mean, we're getting deeper than, this is much deeper than I've been able to go on stream or on a YouTube channel or on anything that I've done before. Like this is the platform to me that's like, this is the fun one. Yeah. Because we get to just, what do we want to talk about this week? Oh, let's talk about this. And we can just go with it. We just go free with it. We write some stuff down and it's like, we're having these tangents about stuff that we really want to talk about. So to me, this is a big deal. I'm really thrilled that we're doing it.
It's a good outlet, right? Like
it's a huge outlet. Yeah. It's like venting almost.
Yeah. It's like,
but in a really positive way, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, it's just getting things off your chest.
Exactly.
That you really need to get off your chest.
All these things are in your head and you kind of just let them go when you're here. That's kind of how I feel anyway.
Yeah.
So I thank you for being a part of this.
No problem,
thank you for doing it.
Thank you
for putting in the work, because I know you're busy as hell.
Okay, but
so showing up here every week means a lot to me.
Bro, you're gonna make me cry. No,
it does mean a lot to me.
But it means a lot to me that you put in like I feel like I show up, and that's kind of like my thing is I show up.
That's all I'm asking.
But like I don't think you'll realize how much effort Matt puts into this stuff too. Like the setup is here. The camera's here, the edit is here. Yeah. Everything, like this thing doesn't get made without Matt editing the video and editing the podcast. There has been so many times, guys, where the podcast episode literally got desynced by like, I don't even know how to explain that.
You don't even want to know.
I don't know how to explain it to people who don't make content. Like if you don't know how it works.
Yeah, it's weird. Even I don't, this is what we do. And even I didn't understand what was going wrong.
Yeah. It was essentially like imagine like Matt's editing the video and normally it should be pretty straightforward, not a lot of cuts, right? But imagine he gets to like 10 minutes into the video and he just realizes that our lips are not synced with our voice anymore. Even though we synced it at the beginning and the camera was rolling at the same time as the mics. How does that happen? And it took us forever to like find
there's a lot of technicals. Well,
yeah.
I think,
But I mean, my point, like we don't have to go into detail on it. But
but yes, you're right.
My point
there was a lot of struggle early on to make this podcast.
I can't tell you how many times it was like 11 p.m. and we listened to the recording and Matt goes, no, I'm gonna be editing for hours. And I'm like, well, dude, I gotta go back. I'm sorry, man. Like I always feel so bad because I'm like, I'm not the one editing it.
Yeah.
But so I appreciate you a ton for
thanks, man.
letting this, like, just creating this. At the end of the day, like, you're the one creating the damn VOD every time. Like, you're the one putting in the work to get this thing published.
I appreciate that. No, it's a lot easier now than it was. I'll just say that. Like, it takes me a fraction of the time that it did before.
Oh, it was like hours that one time.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Oh, it was bad. There were a couple episodes that took me like 6 hours to make. Just to resync every 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, imagine every 3 minutes you had to like.
Of course, those were the podcasts that were 2 hours long. Like, they're a lot. They're mostly shorter now, but
yeah.
Anyway, it's all good now.
Wow, we just really went on a thing of we're thankful for our girlfriends, our job, and each other.
Yay! No, to me that's one of the highlights of the year. It means a lot to me. I think more than you'd think. So I think that's important.
I think it means a lot to me when this is kind of goes along with the podcast, but just like whenever we all hang too, like just like me, you, Jess, and
and
like,
little friend group we've curated.
Yeah, I can't like tell you how much that's meant a lot to me in the sense of I literally don't have friends here. Like I just don't. And I mean, granted, there's some people maybe I could contact like DM wise, but that I don't know super well.
Yeah.
But in terms of like really good friends, like I don't really know a lot of people out here. So you've been such a help for me. You're going to gas me up. I'm going to gas you up. Like when I moved in, this man was there day one helping me move in.
True.
No one else was, right? Because there was no one else here.
I know.
I didn't even know M at that point.
True.
I really only knew Matt. And Matt was helping me move things, and you helped me for like hours. It was like 5 hours.
You have a lot of stuff, man. Dude, this guy's got a setup when it comes to the computer stuff.
It was like two computers.
This guy's got like 2-3 computers.
But I mean, so is everybody though.
I guess now. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Okay, fair. Anyway, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I just felt so bad. I'm like, this guy knows nobody here. Like, I'm the only one that he knows.
And my dad couldn't help me out. My dad couldn't help me because it's pandemic.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, Dad, you're not. I'm like, Dad, you're not flying. You're not doing that right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way. That was like
right when
it was starting.
I think we can wrap up this whole segment with like very, very thankful that you're here, what we're doing, that we're friends. I'm happy you met M. M's awesome. Our friend group that we made.
I'm glad to
honest
know
to God,
Jess well because I didn't really know Jess too well before.
This year, to be honest with you, it's pretty much been you, Jess, Mike, and M that I've hung out with, and Nick.
Yeah.
Pretty much all year. Yeah. And that's more or less it, which is
and then Jack a couple times.
Yeah. But like, we've had a lot of really fun times throughout the lockdown just because there's really nothing else to do at the moment. So it's been awesome to have you guys as a friend group to hang out with. I also put down like just seeing friends and family for the most part, staying healthy. That's a highlight to me because there's a lot of bad things happening right now, and just having everyone be healthy and happy is important.
I think as well, like, I mean, do you know anybody on your end that's gotten COVID? Or
yeah, a bunch, but they've all been okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, no one's been hospitalized or, seriously hurt.
Yeah.
For the most part, this year's been good.
And like out of the four of us, like me, you, Em, and Jess, none of us have gotten it, right? Yeah. And you're basically the only people that like I would feel comfortable hanging out with because I know that you guys are not.
We haven't
doing
done much. Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, that's been like the thing is like just that one group is like the only thing that I really hung out with, and that's it.
I feel like when people look back on this year, you're gonna have those core things that helped you get through this year in whatever way that they did.
Yeah.
And I think our friend group, this podcast, just all the things we just talked about are probably those things for us, for me.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think so too. I really do. That probably leads us to our final segment.
Yeah.
And I have a good one that this segues into.
Okay.
But the final segment we wanted to talk about. We talked about 2020. And also, guys, feel free to put in the chat below, comments below on YouTube. If you have any like awesome thing that happened this year, like feel free to talk about it. Like I would love to hear what what awesome things have happened, because this year has sucked, but there's also been some bright spots for some people. So it's always cool to celebrate those things.
I agree. That's the most important thing you can do is try to focus on the positives.
Focus on the dubs.
Focus on the dubs.
But the thing I would say, well, anyways, the next segment, let me just say that. The next segment we want to do to end off this podcast for the year is, what are our goals for 2021? I feel like that's something we should do. What's our goals for 2021? What are we looking forward to? And the one I wanted to start with right off the get-go is, whenever the pandemic ends, whenever it does, let's hope it's not all the way into 2021, all the way to the end, but whenever it's possible, can we go on a trip?
I was going to say couples cruise.
Couples cruise is exactly what I was thinking of. Like couples cruise, or I don't know, cruise might be a little because of...
Well, it'll probably be a little bit before that happens.
Yeah, but like anything like before, like ski trip or anything like that, like I would love if that's even... I don't know if ski trip's possible because it might be too early on in the year.
It's going to be tough.
But anything where like we could just go and hang out like as a group. Whenever there's a trip, 2021, please, can I have a trip with the group we have here? And can I have a trip with the boys?
With the boys.
I don't know when that's going to happen, but that is like...
Hopefully next year.
That's almost
We're talking
like
about 2021. Goal, I really hope that it is next year. I'm... Parts of me are starting to worry that it might not be until very late next year.
Well, let's hope the vaccine really gets out there, honestly. Like,
yeah. Because I looked at the number of cases today.
Yeah.
It's double what it was yesterday. In California anyway. It's bad. So
it's insane.
I just hope that finds its peak and comes back down, and the vaccine is effective, I guess. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because I also put that down. I put trip and live life, bro.
Yeah, this is...
Can we please get back to living life normally?
Yeah, like
in some fashion.
If this goes on for 2 years, bro, that is such a waste.
Dude, I'm just thinking like, can you imagine doing another year of no gym, no movie theaters, no bars, nothing, no going out, no being close to people, no concerts, no trips, no ski trip, no hanging with the boys, no couples cruises, nothing, dude, nothing at all. Like,
dude, I look forward to those yearly boys trips whenever they happen, like so much. Like they're unbelievably like the thing I look back on so many times. I'm like, that was like one of the most fun times of my life.
Yes.
Like Texas, we look back at that and we're like, dude, that trip was crazy. Bomb. Canada, that trip was crazy.
Those 2 weeks were great.
Oh, it was 2 weeks back to back.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
And oh my God, like, can I just have a moment of that again? Because again, it sounds like, it's like that Office video, right? It's like you don't realize you're in the good times until they're gone.
Yeah.
And it's like we did not, like, can you imagine if we knew that then? Like the state of the world would be like this
I
now?
think, well, yeah, no one could have predicted this year, but I think I definitely recognize in those times, like, this is amazing. This is an amazing time right now.
Yeah.
That you just,
there was like
cherish.
14 people in Texas.
Dude, 14. Those 2 weeks were so much fun.
Like, how did
so much fun in comparison to this year? Oh my God, it's not even close.
I know. Yeah, it's
so definitely hope next year can get back to even something similar to that. If we go, if those boys go on a trip, it's going to be a good time. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when. Yeah. As long as it can happen, that'll be great. And I hope that can happen next year.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I
feel like that's like probably the main New Year's resolution for everyone. Please, Lord, let me live life again.
Yeah. Just can people just, I don't know.
Just let it happen. Let me live.
Oh my gosh. I know M like loves like Disney World and Universal and all that kind of stuff. It's like killing her that
she can't go.
It's killing her.
They were open for a bit, but
yeah,
dude, even the gyms had, like, I had a fitness goal this year, top of the year, and I was like, I am dedicating myself to this goal. It literally was not possible. Like, the gym haven't been open in LA aside from, like, there was like 1 week where they were open. Other than that, haven't been open for 9 months.
I had Get Fit 2020 as like a thing on my stream. Never happened, bro. Never happened. I actually gained weight.
Yeah. But anyway, no more negative talk.
Yeah.
I have two other ones in here that are total jokes, but I'm going to say them because I have them written down. First one is Bitcoin to $150,000. That's one of the 2021 goals.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to talk about Bitcoin because this week, let's hope it continues.
No, actually, I don't want it to. I want it to drop hard. I want to buy more. I am very much hoping that it drops a lot one more time.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm serious. I actually really don't. I'm worried it's going to just go. I'm worried it's going to just keep going.
So you're like waiting for it to drop one more time, and then you're buying.
I want more. I want in more.
Oh my God, dude, this guy.
Anyway, that was the.
Anyways, Bitcoin's up right now.
It's all-time high, yeah.
And Matt is very much thinking that it's going to be crazy like a year from now.
Yes.
Maybe. Don't want to jinx it.
I mean, I can't predict the future, but
yeah,
I have high confidence in it going very, very, very much higher than it is now.
It'd be really funny in 2021.
Dude, we're going to... We better still be doing this podcast. We can revisit that and be like, wow, I was so wrong. or I was like, or I'm like, yo.
Or like we're in a completely different place. We're just in an entire like studio.
Yeah, it's like safe to say Bitcoin did well.
So
Bitcoin's doing phenomenal.
This sign is like massive.
Oh, dude, it's huge. The E is finally fixed. We have like a full set.
We have like a barbecue going on.
Oh yeah, dude.
At the same time, we have food. Like we
actually have chairs that don't make my butt hurt after an hour.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Your ass hurt right now?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we gotta get it. We gotta get an upgrade on this set.
I feel like the chairs is like the main thing we need to upgrade.
Yeah, we need to upgrade the chairs. We need to upgrade. I mean, the set all in all is okay, but
I like this set. It's fun.
We'll see what happens. By next year, maybe Bitcoin will be there. Maybe it won't.
We're believing in you, Bitcoin.
I'm hoping for it. That was more of a joke. I have another one that's I mean, I have it written down and I actually mean it, but like it's kind of funny. Getting MC Sports Talk to 1 million subs. That's a long shot. I think Bitcoin has a better chance to hit 100,000 than MC hitting a million next year. But hey, if I don't believe in it, then it's never going to happen.
True. Very true.
I don't know if I believe in it that much. I want it to happen. I'm not going to stop till it does, but
dude, you have to
next
go
year,
in.
I have to go hard.
You have to go in,
bro. The first thing I got to do is I got to find what I'm going in on.
Dude.
Because I don't know.
The single moment, we talked about this before, Matt, but the single moment you see an opportunity to do anything, you should just take it.
I've been trying. I'm trying everything. Literally everything.
I saw the food video.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
I mean, but it's a testament that you're trying.
Yeah, I'm trying. You can't say I'm not trying because I'm definitely trying some new stuff. Listen, dude, I got a year to figure it out. We're going to find something that works.
Yeah.
That I like doing.
There's a couple of series on my channel that I want to revive. And
talked about this, right?
Yeah, if I don't do it, I'm just gonna be mad at myself because it's something I'm actually passionate.
I saw you tweeted the other day.
Yeah, I think like
you better do it.
I'm gonna record it next. Good. The first one next.
Let me know if you want my help.
I think for the first episode I want it to be like some of the original people.
Okay,
if I can.
Yeah, I know I'm irrelevant. Okay.
No. No, we're not letting it go that way.
No, I'm kidding. You're good. No, use OG people.
But I might not actually be able to get all of them. I'm not sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you need like a replacement, like a low level whatever guy to replace, throw in there. I'm that guy. Hit me up.
No, it's the thing is what I want to make, like what I want to create as the standard for that series. It's like the versus thing where it's like a debate show kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what I want to create as the standard is anybody can be on it. Like I don't want it to be like always the original people that were on it. I want it to be like, okay, we're swapping.
Yeah, like a different guest every once in a while.
Because like it'd be so much easier to record if I can just be like, hey, anybody around? And it's just whoever.
Yeah.
But I really want to do that. For me, it's one of the 2021 goals. And again, we've talked about it a little bit on this podcast as well. But dude, if y'all don't know what I'm doing by 2021, if it's like 2030 and y'all are going to know what I'm doing. Like
9 years later. Yo, we have an announcement coming out soon. It's going to be great.
Cyberpunk 2078.
This game I'm working on. Been working on it for 10 years.
No, but I'm really excited to, I won't say how soon. Could even be the end of this year. Could be in the future. I don't know. But what I will say is at some point, past recording this podcast, I really, really want to finally tell everybody what I've been up to. And I feel like once I do that, it'll be kind of like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Because I feel like I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing like 2 things at once right now. And I'd really love if people actually knew like, oh yeah, JC's doing that.
Yeah.
That is what JC's doing.
Yes.
And I know what he's doing.
I know how you feel.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you know this?
Well, not exactly, but
with the production stuff?
Yeah, just like being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know?
What can't you talk about?
Oh, I just feel like I didn't, until this podcast, I didn't really have like a good way to talk about it.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
But you actually can't talk about it yet.
No, I can't.
But soon you will.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that podcast.
That's going to be a fun
I don't even know really. I mean, I know a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
The thing I will say is, everybody lower your expectations. Because
don't get them hyped then.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying everybody lower your expectations because it could be anything, right? Yeah. But that being said, I'm really excited for whenever I can do that. But yeah, I think that's my 2 main ones. It's honestly trip with the boys, trip with the friends, and also like I want to do like a relationship trip at some point. Like we just don't do that too much, but I think that'd be really fun.
To you and Amy?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I like the couples like cruise
couples
stuff,
idea,
where it's like multiple couples. I think that stuff's really cool. But anything like that would be so cool. Again, I don't know if cruise is in the books next year, but
not looking good.
Not looking good. But anything like that, and then also I just really want to like kind of take the next. I feel like 2021 for me is like, okay, I've been teasing a lot of like, I can't talk about what I'm doing and all this kind of stuff. And like, I can't say anything. And I'm kind of doing 2 things at once and all this kind of stuff. I feel like 2021 is really the time where like my goal is I want to just like, what is it that I'm doing? It's not a mystery and it's not a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I want that to be like the next chapter, you know?
Yeah. Like a fresh beginning. Everyone knows what you're doing. You're doing your thing.
Really fresh beginning. I feel like even though I moved here, I felt like I've had a fresh beginning in what I'm doing, but I still feel like
it's under wraps.
Under wraps. So yeah.
You haven't been like, it's in many ways like it's all inside your head still because you haven't been able to talk about it yet.
I mean, it's like, it's going to be like, it's a weird feeling. Like you go from making content to making like
a game.
Yeah.
With a team.
Yeah. That's nuts.
We're going to find out soon. I think you guys should leave your comments on what your 2021 goals are, your New Year's resolutions, I guess you could call them. I think that's pretty much all I got. I'm excited about next year. I think next year is going to be a big year in many ways. I feel like you say that every year, but this is different, at least for me. And I think for you too, because you can really tell people what you're doing. And it's a big deal what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for next year. Definitely don't see it being any worse than this year. I don't know how it could be. Knock on wood.
Let's please no war.
Oh man, I think we'll be all right. I think things are heading in the right direction. People have had enough of this year, so not that it's going to change overnight, but I think the mentality of a fresh beginning, a new year, refocusing and starting from day one, I guess you could say, will help people get past what we've had to deal with this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see like what the feeling is in January. Like, what is the feeling gonna be? Are people gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sick of this"? Are people gonna be like,
people are already sick of this?
Well, yeah, people are sick of it, but like, people are gonna be really sick of it in January when they see it go to 2021 and it starts to kick in.
Wow, we can't even say 2020 anymore. It was a trash year. Like, it's still the same. I think like Game of Thrones, this is gonna be a long winter.
Yeah,
I think that, and then I think
the
long night, literally. I think spring will be hopefully when things start to turn the corner. That's my guess. Because by that time, I think there'll be a lot more vaccines available. Hopefully, I'm hoping that, hopefully the cases will start to go down as people start going outside again, and the winter doesn't keep people close quarters.
Yeah, should
be better. And then just the general. I mean, in LA, there's not really spring because it's always nice here, but for everywhere else, almost everywhere else, seasons are a thing.
Yeah, they do exist,
and it's showing. It is showing. All right. I think that's all we got.
That's 2020.
Thank you guys for an amazing year. It was short on the podcast because we've only been doing it for 2 months.
But hey,
it was good.
That's the bright spot.
We started this in 2020.
We did.
In a year that was tough for a lot.
We started in 2020 and we even had on a couple guests.
Almost had Belle Delphine.
Almost.
We got that going for us.
I mean, that's cool as hell she followed
That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. So we'll see what happens in 2021. Hopefully it's just the beginning of something great. And we'll see you guys next year.
Dude, what is that going to feel like?
It's crazy to say that, but I don't know. Have a great new year. And hopefully it's
hopefully we can
onwards and upwards.
Hopefully we make some good memories this year. That's what I want. I want 2021 to be some good vibe memories.
It's going to be a comeback year.
Yeah. 2020, we're going to look back at this year as like a stain, I feel like a lot. For a lot of people. Like if you look at like the calendar years, it's just going to be like, it's just gone.
Yep. Oh, no. Keep going past that one.
It just smells bad when you like look at the calendar. Then you go to 2021 and you're like, oh, okay, there's some nicer things here. There, maybe not the best, but let's hope for nicer, right? Maybe not shoot for the stars, but better. That's what we can hope for.
If anything, it definitely makes you realize how great you have it. You know, because look at how unexpected this year went and how, for the most part, shitty this year was. Yeah. Right now you're like, wow, if this is how bad it can get, like I'm so grateful for all the times before that and like what we can do in the future and not having to, you can't even be mad, right? You can't even be mad. Like we're so blessed in so many ways.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so
the ability, like, even just being able to do a podcast and all this kind of stuff, just being honestly as people, this is such a weird tangent to end on, but as people, I do feel very blessed that we're able to, even in this world, as crazy as it was this year, we can still, what did I say? We can still stay connected.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Whether it's playing a game together, whether it's talking on a podcast together, and giving a podcast to you guys, or whether it's social media and all that kind of stuff. Like it's weirdly like social media is a thing where you don't want to like use social media too much, but this year it's been in a lot of ways a very saving grace for some people. Yeah. Like I know a lot of people, where it's Discord or all these other platforms, like they found a lot of like good memories and friends this year because that was the only place where they could do it, where it was safe. And I feel like at the end of the day, I feel very fortunate that we live in a world where we can at least do that and that we don't have to just sit there in a room and just go, well, what's going on? I don't know. And or read a book, I guess. But
man, reading a book's the worst.
I know. It truly is. But yeah, I don't know. I think we should take the positives out of it.
Absolutely. Look at the bright side, and we'll see you guys all in 2021.
Let's hope it's better. It better be. I'm looking at you, 2021.